everybody. It's me, Tim Flyersguy, and welcome to another Christmas episode of Flyersguys Top 10. Today's episode will be a special Christmas double countdown. That's right, you're not only getting one countdown, you're getting a second one as well. I will be counting down my top 10 favorite, the top 10 video games that I played during the holiday season. And also, in the next countdown, I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite Christmas episodes of sitcoms. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, okay. Here is my first countdown. The top 10 video games that I played during the holiday season. Now, that could be games that I played on Christmas Eve or just played in the month of December. Starting off the countdown at number 10, Monster Seed. Now, I played this game before, back in April of 99, or might have been in March of 99, I kind of forget. But then I decided to play this game again, and I remember renting this at my local video store and going home to play it. And the second time I played it, I got better at it. I didn't get very far, didn't beat the game, but I had a lot of fun with this one. You know, this has a lot of bad translation issues, but other than that, this is a fun game, and I really enjoyed playing this one. So number 10, Monster Seed for the PlayStation. At number 9, Road Rash 64 for the Nintendo 64. And I only rented Monster Seed for the PlayStation. I also rented Road Rash 64. And this game was fun. I enjoyed playing this. This is a fun game. And it was really a unique version of Road Rash. Because in this game, when you crash, your guy goes flying off his motorcycle. It's great. It's crazy. I had a lot of fun with this game. I remember playing my brother in this game. And it was a fun game. I enjoyed the racing. I enjoyed the upgrades you can get for your bike. This was just a fun game. I really enjoyed this one. So at number 10, Road Rash 64. At number 8, Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition. I got this game for my 11th birthday. Well, not 11th birthday. For my 12th birthday. Played this on my birthday. And then I decided to start a whole new game and play it again on Christmas Eve. And I really enjoyed playing this game again, just leveling up my Pokemon, just trying to get the right team together. This game was really fun. I enjoyed playing this game. I only played this game. I played this game on Christmas Eve of 1999. I really enjoyed playing it again. It was one of my favorite Pokemon games. That's my number 7 pick. At number 6, SmackDown. Let me go back one. Alright. Oh, that's 9. And this was number 8. So number 7. SmackDown versus Raw 2006. Now during the Christmas holiday, a week before Christmas, I started playing this game. And what I like to do is I would create my own pay-per-views. And I would also do the GM mode as well. And that was really fun. I also played through a lot of story modes in this game. And I just enjoyed playing this game, especially during the Christmas holiday. So number 7, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Hold on a second. Somebody's at my door. The alarm's going off. I got it.
You're fine.
At number 6, the Street Fighter Collection. I remember playing this game the week before Christmas and also on Christmas Eve of 1997. I really enjoyed this one. You had probably 2 versions of Street Fighter. You had the original Street Fighter. You had Street Fighter, the new Challengers, and then you had an updated, enhanced version of Street Fighter Alpha 2. Which Street Fighter Alpha, which was called Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold. And in that game, you could play as Cammy. And it also had an Akuma mode where you would have to face like Akuma, sort of like a boss rush mode. And that was really hard. But other than that, I really had fun with this game. Took me back to my childhood of playing the Street Fighter games on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. So this game really brought back a lot of great memories. So at number 6, Street Fighter Collection for the PS1. And that SmackDown vs. Raw game was from the PlayStation 2. At number 5, an instant classic, Sonic and Knuckles. I remember I played this game in 94, but then I ended up playing the game in early 95, and then I played this again on Christmas Eve of 1995. That's when the Sega was set up in my brother's room. So I went to my brother's room and I was playing this game. Interesting story. The Christmas of 1995 was the Christmas where I got a dog. A Labrador, a yellow lab puppy for Christmas. And I named him Lou. After hanging out with my puppy for a little bit, I went upstairs in my brother's room and I booted this game up. Like on my Sega Genesis. I think at the time, I was playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I had the Sonic 3 cartridge on the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge. And I played this game and I really had fun with it. And so at number 5, Sonic and Knuckles. Now at number 4, Resident Evil. I borrowed this game from somebody. I couldn't really beat it, but I tried to play it. And I actually enjoyed playing this. And I remember playing this on Christmas Eve, well, during the Christmas holiday. I guess during the Christmas holiday. But on Christmas Eve, 1996, I remember playing this game. This is a fun game. Resident Evil is an instant classic. Unfortunately, we didn't get director's cut until the year after. So this is what all I got. So at number four, Resident Evil for the PlayStation. At number three, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Genesis. I remember, I don't know if it was the week before Christmas or the week before my birthday, but during the Christmas holiday, I remember playing this game. I just had lots of fun with this game. It was Christmas of 1994, and I remember playing this game. And I remember I beat the game, and I really felt accomplished that day. This was a really fun game, and I really enjoyed playing this game. It was one of the best. One of the people give this game a bad rating, but it was a really fun game to play during Christmas, the Christmas holiday. So at number three, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Sega Genesis. Sonic and Knuckles was also for the, you already know that. And number two, Pokemon Black version. Now, I did not own a physical copy of this game, but I did end up playing this game on an emulator in December of 2014. And I would play this game a lot. During my birthday, I played this game, and also the week before Christmas, I was playing this game too. And I really had a lot of fun playing this game. I liked the new Pokemon, I liked the new elements of the game, and this was just a fun game. I played the ROM version, did not own a physical copy, because unfortunately, around 2008, I lost my ability to play video games. But I was still able to play this on my computer on a ROM, and I really enjoyed this. This was a fun Pokemon game. And now we get into my number one pick, and that game is Digimon World DS. This game was fun. I not only played this game around Christmas, but I also played it after Christmas as well. I remember on the week before Christmas, I was playing this game every single day and every single night in December of 2014. And I also remember playing this game on Christmas Eve as well and Christmas Day. This game was fun. I enjoyed this game. This was the first Digimon game for the DS. There was another game that was similar to this, like the Digimon World Dusk and Digimon World Dawn. I played that first, and then I decided to just play the original. And I really had fun with this game. Collecting the Digimon, digivolving them certain ways, and getting new ways to digivolve your Digimon. This game was exciting. It was fun and I enjoyed it. And I'm glad that I added this at number one because it's one of my favorite games to play during the Christmas season. And that is it for this episode. This countdown. I'll be right back because I'll be telling you about my next countdown. That's right. Hold on a second. I made a little mistake there. I'm not done yet. Still got another countdown here on the Flyers. Here on the Flyersguys top 10. So stay tuned. The next countdown is coming up. Okay, here's my second countdown here on this episode. On this holiday themed, Christmas themed episode of the Flyersguys top 10. And in this countdown, I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite Christmas episodes of sitcoms. At number 10, Elf's Special Christmas. I like this episode. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, Elf's Christmas starts out with Elf and the Tanner family going to a cabin in the woods. They meet a kindly old man who plays Santa Claus every year at the hospital nearby. In this episode, Alf and the Tanner family get into a disagreement, and Alf runs off and ends up at the local hospital. He wasn't injured or anything, but he ends up wandering in to the local hospital, where he sees a little girl, a terminally ill little girl. He comes into a ward with terminally ill children. She ends up bonding with Alf. She finds out that Alf can talk and he's an alien. And she develops this nice friendship with Alf. And the episode is a very wholesome episode. Not only that, it kind of has a theme of It's a Wonderful Life as well. Because in that episode, the kindly old man is still grieving the death of his wife that passed on. And in one scene, I can't really say what he's about to do because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, but he tries to put an end to his life. And Alf shows up dressed as Santa, and he tells him, look, don't do this. This is not going to bring your life back. Don't do this. It's Christmas time. You shouldn't do this. You should be happy you're alive. You should be grateful you're alive. And Alf helps him. And the kindly old man decides that it's not worth it. And he doesn't take his own life. But he realizes that it's time for him to move on. His wife passed away, but it's time to move on from that. And the episode ends with Alf and the Tanner family sitting by the tree enjoying Christmas. So number 10, Alf's Special Christmas. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Double technical issue there. Okay. At number 9, the step-by-step Christmas episode with Don Knotts. This episode was actually one of my favorite Christmas episodes, Christmas sitcom episodes. In this episode, Frank and Carol go to the toy store to buy toys for their. I think that's how it goes. Well, they end up going into a toy store, and the toy store is closed. They end up breaking in the toy store. Carol and Frank to get gifts for their kids. And Don Knotts walks in and catches them. And he mistakes them for burglars. And what they were trying to do, they got run in there, but they paid for the toys. But Don Knotts, the coffee place, he didn't know that they were just getting toys, stuff for the family. They end up in jail, and then we get to a scene after that of the family and the kids coming downstairs to open their gifts. And they don't realize that their parents are at the police station right now. So while this is all going on, they open up every gift, even the gifts that are not for them. And then Cody comes down, so he finds out that they open presents without their parents. And he's devastated by this. He's disappointed. So, after that, the episode ends to the conclusion where the family finds out that they're at the police station. And they end up having Christmas dinner at the police station with the parents and the police officer. So this is a really good episode. I really enjoyed this one. So number 10, the step-by-step Christmas episode with Don Knotts. And number 9, the Family Matters Christmas episode where Steve Urkel and Carl Winslow were trapped on the subway. This episode's hilarious. They go Christmas shopping, and they get on the train afterwards, and they get stuck on the train. Meanwhile, they have to deal with disgruntled passengers, and Urkel is trying to bring some Christmas cheer, but everybody just seems to not care about Christmas. So Urkel takes it upon himself to entrust to get the Christmas spirit going on that subway train. So at number 9, the Family Matters Christmas episode where Steve and Carl were stuck on a subway train. At number 8, Soda Rich Christmas episode from season 3. The premise of this whole episode is a lot of plot points in this episode. You have one plot point where the character Mark Critch wants to buy a video game system for Christmas. His mom ends up putting the system on layaway. Meanwhile, his grandpa wins a turkey at a radio contest. He brings the turkey home, and you think that he's getting a turkey that's already cooked. Little does he know, the turkey's alive. And he ends up bonding with the turkey. Not only that, we have another plot point of a brother, the older Critch brother, going to church with his family, and his family finds out that the oldest son is dating a pregnant woman. There's a huge argument in the car, and when they get back home, the family runs over turkey, sadly. I kind of felt bad. I felt really bad for the turkey because Grandpa Critch really loves that turkey, and he didn't want to hurt it. They then find out that the turkey is actually still alive, which is strange. I think it's still alive. I forget what happened, but he lets it go. When Grandpa Critch let it go, I think the family accidentally ran the turkey over, and then the episode ends with young Lord Critch playing his video game. He opens his gift, and his parents are asleep. He gets in trouble at the end of the episode, but they still end up having a nice Christmas dinner. So at number 8, hold on a minute. Let's see, alright. Yeah, it's Christmas. Step by Step was 9. This is 8. So at number 8, the Summer Christmas episode from season 3. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Give me a second here. Okay. So number 9 was a step-by-step episode. Number 8 was Family Matters. Number 7 was, and at number 7, the season 3 Christmas episode of Summer French. At number 6, the Family Matters Christmas episode where Laura Winslow wishes that she never met Steve Urkel. Now this episode is kind of like an episode, I don't know, this is a really unique episode. In this episode, Steve Urkel accidentally breaks a gift that Laura Winslow bought. Laura Winslow gets really upset at Steve. And all of a sudden, Steve is really sad about this. And Laura Winslow, she gets confronted by a Christmas angel. I think played by Al Roker, I forget. And the angel shows her what life would be like if she had never met Steve Urkel. Not only that, it shows what life would be like if she was the nerdy neighbor and Steve Urkel was one of the Winslows. This episode was really great. It ends with a great ending where Laura forgives Steve and regrets being mad at him. I really liked this episode. This was a good one. And number 5. The Summer Fridge Christmas episode from season 1. I like this one because it has a sentimental feeling to it, and it has a great message. The episode is about Mark Critch, and him and his friend Richie are doing the toy drive. And this episode is kind of an episode that really got us, it really helped us get to know Fox, the character Fox. In this episode, she gets really upset at Mark because Mark is talking about these toys that are given away, saying they're cheap, and only the cheap kids And the poor kids would like these. Fox gets offended. And in this episode, and at the end of the episode, you see a wholesome moment where Mark gives a Christmas card to Fox. This was really, this is kind of how their friendship really started to blossom. This was the episode that, in my opinion, really started to elevate the friendship between Mark and Fox. Not only that, there was a funny part where his dad, Mark's dad, is dressed as a Christmas tree. And he kind of looks really creepy. But other than that, I really enjoyed this first Christmas episode of Son of a Bitch. And by the way, Netflix, when are we going to get season 4? When are we going to get season 4? So number 5, The Son of a Bitch, season 1, Christmas episode. And number 4, All in the Family, Draft Dodger. Now this episode doesn't really circle around wholesome Christmas moments. This episode turns into an argument. But this is actually a pretty good episode. It talks about the horrors of war and the horrors of fighting for one's country. Yes, there's glory, but also a lot of pain when it comes to war. Not just physical pain, but emotional pain as well. This episode is a really serious Christmas episode. The Mucker family sits down at Christmas dinner. And Meathead, his friend who used to be in the army, comes over for Christmas dinner. The whole episode erupts into an argument. Archie Bunker disagrees with the decision that this young man made in getting out and dodging the draft. An argument erupts. The friend of Meathead leaves the house, really upset and angry. And Archie Bunker sits down and thinks to himself, did I do the right thing? It's a really good episode. It's a serious episode, but it's one of the best All in the Family episodes. So number 4, All in the Family, The Draft Dodger. And number 3, the That 70s Show Christmas episode, where Eric Foreman grows up on red shoes. This episode is really good. We have Eric getting buck wild, completely shit-faced. He ends up throwing up in his father's shoes. Then his father, at the end of the episode, to get back at Eric, he wraps up wraps up the shoes that Eric threw off on, and he ends up giving Eric the shoes for Christmas, and then Eric ends up getting grounded. I really enjoyed this one. This was a funny episode, and one of the episodes that a lot of people talked about. So at number 3, the episode of That 70s Show, where Eric gets drunk and throws up on his dad's shoes. That was my number 3 pick. And now we get to my number 2 pick, and that is the Goldbergs episode, A Christmas Story, from the 3rd season of the Goldbergs. In this episode, Beverly Goldberg invents a new holiday called Super Hanukkah. For those of you who don't know, Super Hanukkah because the Goldbergs are of the Jewish faith. And they celebrate both holidays because they end up creating the Super Hanukkah holiday. This episode also is a tribute to one of the best Christmas movies ever made, and that movie was A Christmas Story. So number 2, the Goldberg season 3 episode, A Christmas Story. And now we get into my number 1 pick. And at number 1, the Family Matters episode where Urkel gets banished from the Winslow house. In this episode, Urkel does something that upsets Carl, that makes Carl angry, and he ends up banning Steve Urkel from the Winslow house. Steve spends the holiday all alone with nobody until the Winslows realized that what they did was not right. And they end up having Urkel stay over, having Urkel have Christmas with the Winslow family. This was such a wholesome episode of Family Matters. One of the best earlier episodes of Family Matters. And one that I really enjoyed. At the end, we get a wholesome moment of Urkel and the Winslow family all together by the tree opening presents. And that's it for these 2 countdowns here on the Flyersguys Top 10. I got one more countdown coming up on Christmas Eve, and I'm going to tell you about it. So stay tuned. And just like that, ends another Christmas edition of Flyersguys Top 10. I have decided to add another episode for Christmas Eve. And in that episode, I'll be counting down even more Christmas commercials. So stay tuned for my next episode, guys. Thank you for joining me here on the Flyersguys Top 10. I hope each and every one of you has a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope it's a great one. Guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode on Christmas Eve, 2025. See you guys next time.